Animals have played a major role in sport, whether for legal or illegal purposes. The history of organised horse racing dates back to the 17th century, and in the 20th century was one of the only sports to continue throughout both world wars. The first rodeo competition was recorded in 1872, and the first greyhound race in 1926. These sports have now evolved into billion-dollar industries, and animal cruelty allegations follow them around the nation. The emergence of animals in sport saw animal cruelty laws introduced in 1870, and they have developed into the legislation that is present today. Legislation has prevented sports such as cock and dog fighting being legalized. Even though sports such as rodeo, horse and dog racing are legal, it has not stopped criticism in the media from animal rights organisations. Sports involving animals generate huge amounts of media coverage and sponsorship. Unfortunately for the Australian Professional Rodeo Association, Greyhound Racing Australia and the Australian Racing Board, media coverage is the main type of promotion for these sports, and the organisations are not able to control the opinions that the media share with the world. Negative publicity arises from animal cruelty organisations such as People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, better known as PETA, SAFE and Shark, as they believe that the techniques that are employed in these sports is what constitute animal cruelty. Rodeo itself attracts a significant amount of negative publicity from animal rights organisations, as they believe that the events cause distress and injuries to the animals. Animal rights activists discourage people from attending events as they believe that by going they are promoting cruelty to animals. Statements such as this: rodeo events are, no matter the gloss put on them, graciously violent acts against defenceless animals, are to deter people from attending these events. Issues are also raised in horse racing, as animal rights organisations believe that hitting a horse with a whip is animal cruelty. Allegations of abuse also surround the greyhound racing industry, as organisations believe that greyhounds are suffering as they do not race willingly, and that if they are not winners, they are disposed of. Here is an example of an image of calf roping that is used by Shark to demonstrate acts of animal cruelty. This is used to discourage people from attending events and to explain to them that every event unfolds in a similar way. This is another example of calf roping at the Buffalo Bill Cody Stampede that could be used by organisations. It is a more appropriate image to use as it does not imply that either animal is under any stress. Significant amounts of negative media surround sporting organisations involved in utilising animals in entertainment. This could potentially cause problems for organisations, as it has been proven that they spend more time reacting to unplanned events and accusations that negatively affect the attitudes of the public, rather than being proactive and trying to create positive attitudes within communities. The statements being made could have serious implications for sporting businesses, as it has been proven that people have a tendency to remember more of the facts from negative articles than positive articles. Constant negative media attention can damage the reputation, image and popularity of an organisation. This then has an effect on areas that involve attendance, merchandising, sponsorship and endorsement deals. An example of when this has had an effect is when Telstra removed sponsorship from a local rodeo in Corryong due to allegations of animal cruelty. Another instance is when Choice Hotels dropped their sponsorship of the National High School Rodeo Association because animal rights groups alleged that by sponsoring the event they were supporting animal cruelty. The loss of sponsorship affects sporting businesses as they are losing funds that are essential for them to hold and run events. Therefore, the way that the organisation is portrayed in the media affects the business of sport throughout all levels. Greyhound racing also causes controversy in the media. Apparently, not one representative from the McGrath Foundation turned up to receive a cheque from the greyhound racing industry. This was due to the public perceptions that by being associated with this organisation, they support animal cruelty. This could affect the business of greyhound racing, as they do not want to be involved or associated with sports that attract negative publicity. Animal rights organisations also try to convince people involved in horse racing that they are supporting animal cruelty. The Australian Racing Board constantly has to deal with allegations that jockeys shouldn't be allowed to hit horses with whips. People are advised to stay away from this sport, and they should not place bets. by convincing people that if they attend, they are supporting animal cruelty, has the potential to have an effect on the commodification of this sport. In relation to this, the Australian Racing Board has changed the rules regarding whips, and within 5 weeks of doing this, the Racing Board believe that there has been a substantial improvement in the attitudes and practices of this sport. However, negative media still exists and has an impact on areas such as sponsorship. Sponsorship of an event is supposed to have a positive effect on the corporate image of an organisation. The association of a brand with a sport can have a negative effect if the sporting organisation generates a lot of negative media attention. This causes problems for sports that are involved in competitions which involve animal cruelty claims. A sponsorship of these events could be viewed as risk-taking behaviour. However, sponsorship is a fundamental ingredient for a successful event, as it is a major stream of revenue for the organisers. The withdrawal of sponsorship at any level can have major impacts on an event and cause financial difficulties for the organisations. In trying to prevent the loss of sponsorship and animal cruelty allegations, the Australian Professional Rodeo Association argues that there is no information to support their claims that animals are treated in an inhumane way. They also believe that the statements that are made by groups such as PETA and SAFE are fabricated to support their personal emotions regarding the sport, and the sport has had to become more transparent and proactive to survive under today's expectations. As seen in the horse racing example, the Australian Racing Board responded to animal cruelty allegations in a different manner, as they changed the rules and regulations regarding whips. They believe by having done this they have seen an improvement in the attitudes of people around the sport. Therefore, it has had a positive impact. Greyhound Racing Australia ensures people that they put animal welfare at the heart of what they do. In order to prevent allegations, they have partnered with Technical and Further Education and the University of South Australia to ensure that their animals receive the best possible care. Also, the dogs are placed into foster homes so that they learn how to become pets, and once they are finished racing, are placed into permanent homes. There are policies in place to protect all animals involved in these sports. In conclusion, the emergence of animals in sport brought about animal welfare legislation in the 1870s, which provides the laws for which animals are to be treated. Sports involving animals are a major source of entertainment and provide huge media and sponsorship deals. The organisations are not able to control the opinions that are expressed in the media, and the negative publicity that is generated has huge impacts on sporting organisations. Animal rights organisations claim that the use of animals in sport is what constitutes animal cruelty, and we should have total animal liberation. In stating their opinions in the media, animal rights organisations discourage people from attending events and placing bets. These articles are negative, and it has been proven that people are more likely to remember the facts from these than positive articles. The negative media coverage damages the reputation, image and popularity of an organisation, which in turn affects attendance, merchandising, sponsorship and endorsement deals, as other people and organisations do not want to be seen as supporting animal cruelty. This is a major concern where sponsorship is concerned, as association with an organisation can have a negative effect if it attracts substantial amounts of negative publicity, in which these sports do. The organisations involved, however, claim that there is no information to support the claims that are made by animal rights organisations, and their opinions are fabricated to represent their personal emotions regarding the sport.